There's a list out right now on foxsports.com of the best NCAA tournament moments. Now, I decided to differ it up a little bit. One of the moments that they do not have is in 2005.
You gonna work the Bulls in somehow?
Nope. You'll see. In 2005.
Devin Hester was in the NCAA tournament and he took a punt.
Am I really like that? Am I that unbearable?
Yeah, pretty unbearable.
Awesome. I'll keep doing it just to piss you off. So the University of Illinois were down 15 points with 4 minutes left against the University of Arizona when they had, can you name who they had in 2005? They had 4 NBA players on that team.
Dan Williams.
I was talking about Arizona, but okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Illinois, go ahead.
Oh, see, because Arizona was down to Illinois in that game, right?
No.
Oh,
Illinois was down 15 to Arizona with 4 minutes left.
Oh, right, Arizona blew
that game. Was played at DePaul.
That's right. I know I lost that game, but I couldn't remember who I bet on. I had apparently I had Illinois. Yeah, Arizona was. So Arizona would have had at that. They have Stoudemire? No.
Salim Stoudemire. Yeah, I was thinking of another Stoudemire. Yeah, they had Salim Stoudemire.
Yeah, okay.
Mustafa Shakur. Hassan Adams.
I was going to say
Hassan Adams, right? Yeah. Hassan Adams from Westchester High.
Current 7-footer in the NBA, 3-point shooter.
Channing Frye.
Correct. So they were up 15 with 4 minutes left. Darren Williams, who they're now, he's a 7-footer. Who was he, 6'11"?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm realizing
they're calling it the shot from Darren Williams, similarly to Michael Jordan, but he looks right, gets a pick from, who was that? Jack Ingram. I don't expect you guys to know who that is. And, he hits a 3. They force overtime. It was an amazing comeback.
It was. I remember the game well. I had it backwards. Who came
I was
back
with my grandfather, Heishi Strom. We were doing our little Adonais during that game. And it worked, and it happened. So they went to the Final Four. They lost to North Carolina in the championship game where Sean May got away with murder. So one of the other fine moments that I think is an honorable mention that was not on their list, we talked about this. It was 4 years ago, I believe. Kansas State, the 2 seed, against Xavier, the 6 seed. Trey Holloway and Jordan Crawford against Denny Clemente, and Jared Pullen, former Chicago boy, exchanging 3s back and forth, a double overtime
Pullen,
game.
I thought was going to be an NBA player just because he just made so many big shots again and again in game after game after game after game. But he didn't really have a position, as it turned out.
He's playing in Spain for Barcelona right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. We talk about this. Like, he's playing in Spain for Barcelona. Here's what he's doing. Making a lot of money, having a great freaking life.
In Barcelona?
He's in Europe. He's playing twice a week. He's probably making $500,000 a year. He's got a car. He's got a house. It's awesome.
And he really does when he wants to come back home. He comes back home.
Yeah, and he'll play until he's 35. It'll be great. Like there's a whole other professional world out there that's not the NBA.
Do you guys have a favorite moment from the NCAA? I mean, I could keep going with my list.
No, I have the great one.
Let me hear it.
Please.
I mean, 4.8 seconds to play against Missouri, 1995. 74-73. Missouri had just hit that little shot. Number 1 seed in the number 1 seed in the West, number 1 seed in the tournament. Tyus Edney, coast to coast, bling. Put it up, and then 4 more wins, NCAA championship. But I mean, without that 4.8 second dash, I mean, it's the best.
I'll say, does it get celebrated as much as the Lakeman?
No, of course not. No, it doesn't. And that one was amazing because of the pass.
Baseball pass from Grant Hill.
But the Edney play to me is more remarkable because he went himself, and he had Ed O'Bannon there open for 3. I don't know whether it could have gotten the pass to him. And Ed
was it Ed or Charles?
Ed was open behind the arc for 3, but he just went. He just went all the way, and I guess they were afraid of fouling him. But he also has this great moment at half court. He went behind his back because he had the Missouri defender on him, and then he went behind his back and created all this separation that let him go all the way in. And it was so clear when he got in and flicked it up, you were like, oh, he made it. It's going to go in. It's going to win and we're going to win.
I mean, let's keep it real. I don't have.
Yeah, he's not a college basketball guy.
And the thing is, and I say it with so much color, but I have no problem with those people. I just don't watch it.
I mean, can I give you one?
Sure.
Chris Webber.
Yeah, Chris Webber, the timeout.
I mean, it has to be number 1. That has to be like the best moment / biggest flub in tournament history.
Yeah, but I don't like.
You don't like rooting on failure, is what you're saying. I totally understand, but it happened. But it's a big moment that happened in NCAA basketball history.
It was a classic moment because, well, first of all, remember that they had to score anyway, so it wasn't.
They were down 2, 73-71.
Right, and they come back very impressively, and it was this, it was these guys, it was these 5 guys. And so there was a backstory to it that made it a bigger deal than it was.
True.
because it was the Fab Five. And then he couldn't have walked more.
Yes, thank
prior
you.
To it, right?
Yes.
So like
and the referee was right there in the backcourt.
I mean, it's like a football. I mean, he did his foot is here, and then he just. Like it just totally.
No, but then he picked up and picked up both of his feet. It was so
It
flagrant.
was so flagrant that they didn't call it. Like it was too flagrant. Like they were like, well, we can't have just seen that because nobody does that. So he was just out of his head that whole.
For that one possession?
And probably thought, oh, I'm messed up. I just walked and they didn't call it, and you have that feeling like, ooh, I just got away with something.
Like, how to hurry up and stop this play?
Right, he's like, you know what? Let's just call time out. Calm down. We'll make a bucket. We'll win that.
You know what the best part about this is? We talked about how we love the TNT post-game, pre-game, halftime show and whatnot with Charles. What did Kenny do? You remember? When he's going to the big board, he made fun of Chris Webber. He goes, he's running to the big board. Time out.
Because Webber, the previous week, made fun of the way Kenny runs because his knees look like they're buckling when he runs.
Yeah, well, Chris Webber's got to be careful making fun of those guys. And the other great thing, also North Carolina, the beneficiary, of course, of two of the greatest sort of thought of as bonehead plays. Freddie Brown, Georgetown, the Jordan shot in 1982.
Just giving it to James Worthy.
Just gave the ball to James Worthy. Yeah. Panicked because Worthy kind of came by to try to make a steal and then was behind it. Just was in a place that a defender never is. He tried to make a steal and went behind him, and then as he was kind of coming back, Fred Brown was like, oh, well, it must be one of my teammates over there, and just threw the ball to him.
But of course, Michael Jordan hit the shot on the possession before. But
Michael Jordan hit the shot on the possession before, so once again, Georgetown would have had to have scored there.
The one honorable mention that should be made is the NC State-Houston game in 1983.
Deserves more than an honorable mention, Lorenzo Charles.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, none of us mentioned it. So obviously, Jim Valvano running around the court looking for someone to hug.
Ball confidently.
And it couldn't have been further away from the basket.
38 feet. Yeah. He was like, this is the best shot we're going to get. I'm going to square it up. And it was totally
3 seconds.
It was right on line. It was just like, it was about a foot and a half short.